Okay, hello students. Let us try to discuss a very interesting question that is query often asked by the students, that can we prepare judiciary and law optional together? Right. Now, I suppose this question is only for the purpose, valid for the purpose of the law graduates, right? Those who are non-law graduates obviously not eligible for judiciary. Now, to answer this question, see, the requirement of both of these two papers are very different, right? Mostly, if you will go to coaching institution, they will say that okay, if you will study judiciary, automatically the optional will be covered. But surprisingly, people who have qualified for law optional, right, they have never studied judiciary, right? Or vice versa is also true. Those who are preferring judiciary find it very hard to qualify law optional, right? Qualify law optional meaning ki qualify AS taking law optional. Now the question is that why it is so. See, the nuances of these two exams are very different, right? The structuring is different. And apart from structuring and nuances, the one thing that is different is that the approach you take in framing answers, right? So structuring is basically a different thing, approach is a different thing, right? Let me give an example. That suppose there is a question regarding eminent domain, a very interesting topic. Now, if there is a question regarding eminent domain in case of judicial exams, so always it will be in relation with property laws, right? Especially land. Okay. Okay. So those of you who don't know eminent domain doctrine, actually basically provides that the state have final authority over land, right? The sovereignty right is enjoyed by the state. It is a common law doctrine ultimately in all the common law jurisdictions such as India, actually it was built in. Now, if there is a question, if you look at the UPSC question, the question was what is eminent domain doctrine and what is its relevance in current scenario in India, right? Now, it means it is asking not only the legal aspect of eminent domain, that is only one half of the answer, right? But also the philosophical aspect of it. That they don't ask in your judicial exam, right? They write its actual manifestation in different laws, right? But here it is asking a general framework, right? So obviously the first part you might write better, judicial people, okay, right? But in the second part, they will fail. Why? Because they have not studied this particular doctrine on that behalf or that understanding. Okay. So for UPSC, you require to have that understanding. So if you will look simply at the questions, you will find that lot of questions are related to current developments, and your view is asked rather than the legal points. Right. Now the question is how to answer those views. Okay. So that is a very, very remarkable difference. Okay. So kindly don't think that if you are preparing for this, this is also covered. Right. Okay. The second thing is that time. So first is basically approach and structure. Second is basically time. See, every judicial paper have a huge syllabus, right? Almost 1 year you have to study, and different coaching institutions also have almost 1 year of the program, right? That much time you cannot afford to lose in the case you are preparing for civil services, right? Because you have other things to study as well, right? So if you will only judiciary and law optional studying together, right? So you won't be able to focus, do justice to judiciary or even to the law optional. So I will suggest that you bifurcate the preparation. Okay? Go for law optional individually, right? And the judicial services examination individually. Okay? So even if you have studied judicial services examination, right? For the conventional part it is okay, but for the contemporary part it is not okay at all, right? So you have to take guidance. Now, if you are not very much interested in judiciary, if you are going specifically for civil services, then I don't think that you should take, judicial guidance, coaching guidance, that because that will be a very fruitful affair, because time is very critical here. You have to do a lot of writing practice, right? So that is very, very critical component here, timing. Right? Now you must argue, right, that most coaching do not teach, right, judiciary and this separate. Like at Lukmaan IAS, we don't have judiciary batch, only law optional batches. So that aspect, you should keep in mind. Okay. Now the third argument that these two cannot be combined is basically your differential syllabus. Okay. Let me tell you that suppose in law we have syllabus A, B and C, and in judiciary you have syllabus A, B, C and suppose up to Z, right? Now there the question might ask mainly from this particular portion. Here the question will be only for this particular portion, right? So how will you manage it? So even if the syllabus is same, the relative weightage from where the question comes is different, right? So you won't be able to do again good justice, because suppose you are focusing only on UPSC, so you will simply lag in the judiciary, because from that portion not much question comes. Like in the case of international law, not much question comes in judiciary, and international law is almost 25% of our syllabus, optional syllabus, right? So that is one thing that you should keep in mind, that both preparation is very fatal, right? So if you are going for judiciary, I will suggest you directly go for judiciary, and if for optional, you could directly go for optional. Okay. Now, if you can able to manage it, right? If you are able to manage it, then obviously it is not a problem. That is a good thing. In fact, you should manage it. Okay. Now, apart from 3 arguments, basically, right? That is your structure of the answer, right? And the approach. Second is the time. That is a very critical aspect, and the differential syllabus. That is the relative weightage of the syllabus from where the question comes, right? So that is a very crucial aspect. Now, about syllabus, I will be having another video, right? And that you will, if you want, you can watch it. Okay, so this is all about that answer to the question that whether you should combine both both preparations together or not. And again, if you have any question, you can comment or you can ask, email me, and I will definitely reply to it. Okay, so thank you very much.